along with the match referee.
It's time for the fifth place match here on the penultimate day of VPL 2.0, sponsored by Dream 11. Bragging rights is definitely at stake. With us this morning, we have Captain Gidron Pope for the Fort Charlotte Strikers, Captain Asif Hooper of the Grendines Divers, and match referee Selwyn Allen. With coin in hand, Gidron Pope, and he will effect the toss.
Yes.
Here's the call. And I guess for the very first time of the season, a toss has gone the way of the Grendines Divers. As if you look extremely happy this morning.
Yeah, it's the first time I want to toss for the tournament, and hope today I want to add, and we can finish the tournament on a high. Look, I mean, we're a bit disappointed, but we need to finish on a high. Yeah, it's a good tournament, and I hope next year we can come better than this tournament. And I want to say good luck to Gideon and his team, and Sunil Lambris, who's in the finals. I'm in your corner, brother.
One quick question. We spoke to Romario Grant this morning. Very much of the same for the Grendines Divers Edition 1, Edition 2. Very close matches that could have gone either way. How does that resonate in your camp?
I mean, we've been playing good cricket in patches. We might bowl good this game and not bat well. So we just need to get an all-round performance, and hopefully we can win some more game next tournament.
All I say, Asif.
All right, thanks.
Okay, Gidron. Gidron, you did not win the toss this morning. You take the field first. Was that according to the plans that Fort Charlotte Strikers would have come into today with?
Yeah, if it won the toss, we would have been feeling as well. So we're just going to go out there, play some good cricket today. We're not going to take that team for granted. So we're just going to go out and continue over the past two games.
Yes, you did look really, really good, especially in the batting in the last two games. What's your team composition like for today?
We're going to play the same team. As I've been saying, our batsman was not coming to the party, and unfortunately the last two games they played pretty well, and we have played a complete game for the last two games. So hopefully this game we continue in that same vein.
Fort Charlotte Strikers, what are you hoping to take away from the fifth place today?
We're just going to play this game for pride. We're not going to take this game lightly. We're going to play this game to win, so hopefully we win.
All right, well, all the best today, Gidron and the Fort Charlotte Strikers.
Okay, thank you.
So from the middle, the toss went to the way of the Grendines Divers. They are going to bat first on the 14th day of VPL 2.0. And we have for you, very, very shortly, the fifth place matchup.
And boy, that toss was won by as we just see, the Grendines Divers. They have won the toss. They decided they will take a bat, as they can allude. He will want to really finish on a high, being somewhat not contented with the position they are. But it is what is there with the team. The Grendines Divers, they seem to have an unchanged team, while the Fort Charlotte Strikers, even though they have won the toss, they said they would have decided to still field. So it has somewhat worked in their favor to be feeling first. And well, it's a good day here for cricket. The sun is out, and we just anticipate that it will be exciting day of cricket. The players should be feeling a little bit free, but somewhat don't want to finish in the seller position, so they will somewhat play the best of cricket that they can at this point. We will take a short break and be right back with you. Containers Delight break at this time, and we'll be back shortly to give you live action from the Adamsville playing field here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, bringing you more flavor and more vibes.
Top few explorers, the Grendines Divers, Fort Charlotte Strikers. Somebody celebrate your team. Last two breakers, the Salpan Breakers, Botanic Garden Rangers. It's the bleeders we would see. VPL is more flavor, more vibes. VPL that bring the stadium alive. VPL, this is the joy of we life. It's the Vincy Premier League. A few explorers, the Grendines divers, 4 child strikers. Somebody celebrate your team. Last team breakers, the Saltpan breakers, Botanic Garden Rangers. It's from the bleachers we will see. VPL is more flavor, more vibes. VPL that bring the stadium alive. VPL, this is the goal we live. It's the Vincy Premier League. Few explorers, the Grendines divers, 4 child strikers. Somebody celebrate your team. Last team breakers, the Saltpan breakers, Botanic Garden Rangers. It's from the bleachers we will see. VPL is more flavor, more vibes. VPL that bring the stadium alive. VPL, this is the joy and we live. It's the Vincy Premier League.
Hills, mountains, high, high, high. Man, woman, shy, brown, Vincy, hands up high, and let me hit it.
Top explorers, the Grendines divers, 4 child strikers. Somebody celebrate your team. Last 2 breakers, the star breakers, Botanic Garden Rangers.
And welcome back to the live here, the Adamsville playing field, where we have the Fort Charlotte Strikers. They will take on the Grenadines Divers. This is somewhat of a 5th and 6th position. This will also be an exciting game, as we see the Grenadine Divers. They won the toss, and they decided they will take a bat, and the Fort Charlotte Strikers will take the field. We have Roxelle John with us this morning. Roxelle, good morning. You've been very busy all morning.
Good morning, Casnell. How are you doing, man? And good morning to the viewers of the penultimate day of Vincy Premier League 2.0. Yeah, you gotta get the work done, right?
Right, it is. It's almost finished, so you need not to worry. You get enough rest. It will be much needed rest. As we see Ray Jordan, he will be the one taking up the attack from the administrative center end. We should be able to see, Roxelle, some pace coming out of this track. Being you doing the pitch report, you loaded some grassy areas, which will see some bunks, and while doing so, we are seeing somewhat of the change in the lineup for the Grenadine Divers. They have opted for to start with Theophil and the non-striker Ned. So it's a left-right combination. Theophil and Ned. Umpire Byam is a standing umpire at this time, and the square leg appears to be Butler. So Byam and Butler, they will do the umpiring for this morning. And just started with a slip, man a third, man a point, a cover, mid on, mid off. First delivery, a straight delivery, down to third man. Very well saved there by Spencer. He just saved 4, and the Grenadine Divers, they're off the mark. Theophil, he also off the mark. Roxelle.
Yeah, traditionally one of the fastest strips here at Adamsville, and as you can see already, Ray Jordan into his work, hit a really good length there, and I think he rushed the batsman there, and he did well to keep it out. Well,
he has to do very well, because this is the last game. As the overseas player, he would want to leave the tournament on a high, to somewhat leave the selectors with his name in his mouth, as we will say, for the next, maybe for the 3.0.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, fast delivery, rocking net for pace, as he was struck more likely on the upper part of his thigh. As you see, he's rubbing, the inner part of his thigh. The scamper through for 1. Well, actually comes off the bat, and very importantly, Ned is off the mark, because there was no signal there. So Ned is off the mark. They're 2 without loss. Delivery down the leg side. For 1, this could be close. Oh, Porcho.
Yeah, definitely. John is into his work. That second delivery was really, really close, and you can already see that this is going to be an excellent wicket over the next 2 days, with the pace, and it's true as well, offers well for good cricket.
Well, as we give an early baptism here to Romel, as he's into the comp booth, say good morning to Romel, and it's good to see you. Beating the outside edge there.
I think if we take away the wickets from those bowlers who have gotten leading, Ray Jordan for me would be up there in terms of the quality offered by the opening bowlers in this tournament.
And that is so because most of the tournament has been shadowed by spin bowling, and we haven't really seen the true potential of the pace bowlers, knowing the short version of the game. This one is whipped away off his pads, going down to Wildish final leg, and he cleans up. We only settle for one. Good, powerful return. And 5 without loss. We're into the first over, just on the brink of the first over. Quiet start, Roxelle.
Yes, and I believe this is what the Grendine Divers would have to do. Ray is a wicket-taking bowler. He's getting at you, and they would like to pick up as many runs as possible without losing a wicket.
So, end of the first over is 5. Remain 5 without loss. Romel, how do you see this change in the order, putting Ned back up to the top, knowing he earlier in the tournament opened with Captain Asif, and especially, what do you think? This is somewhat of a go runs kind of attitude.
Good morning, Roxelle. Good morning, Casnell, and good morning to all the viewers viewing on Facebook or any other social media app. Cadet, if my memory serves me right, used to open the batting for the Saltpond Breakers in the very first edition of this VPL, and I think he did reasonably well. He did reasonably well opening the batting with Sunil Lambre, so I was a bit surprised at the start of this tournament, at this edition, of the VPL, that he wasn't chosen to open the batting. But yeah, Kadir Ned is a cricketer going to go. He's going to go until he gets out.
Well, Rashid Frederick, spin attack now takes up from the complete end, and as a first delivery, Theophil misses that short ball, managed to get it onto his tie area. Signal leg by umpire Butler. So Ned comes into the strike. You were somewhat lost in the wind, Romel.
Yeah, a lot of rain where I am from in Acres, but it's bright sunshine down at Annisville. Thank God that. Lovely cricket here at Annisville.
Ned heaved that one over the keeper's head. It's going out to the boundary, and a welcome boundary there for the Grenadine Divers. They off with their first national lottery to treat the boundary. As we see that attitude of Ned to go and get runs in the power play.
Yeah, Ned's going to continue playing like this. That's the kind of cricketer he is, especially given that Frederick's a left-arm spinner, bowled into Ned being a left-hander. So he's just going to go for his shots, his favourite areas, as we have seen before, long on and deep mid-wicket. But there's really nothing to lose, isn't it?
Well, it's a fifth position.
They haven't qualified, so they're just supposed to just go out and have fun and express themselves, and maybe that way you'll see a bit more success.
Well, but you would want to finish in a high note, and this time heave it out to the mid-wicket boundary, or 6 runs. 6 runs that one. That one was a bit under rope. Williams, that is, Sealroy Williams, because Seal Ron Williams that is playing, but Sealroy this time, that one just evades him a bit over the rope. 6 more, the first boundary, the first super 6, coming from the bat of Ned. Ned goes again, flick this one over square, behind square leg. It goes to the boundary, and national tree the boundary, and also it's a no ball. It is a no ball, so a bit of untidy work here from Frederick to start.
Yeah, for a spinner, really, bowling no balls at this level is really unacceptable, especially if you're playing a 10. You really don't want to put your side at so much of a disadvantage. But Kadir Ned, that 6 earlier on, he really teased the fielder. He thought to himself that he had a chance there, but the wind carried it carried it over the boundary. But shot nonetheless by Ned. That's the way he plays, as I said before. He's going to go, and he's going to go very hard toward the side.
Oh, wow. wider delivery, and that delivery, as you can see, the signal from the captain behind the stump, that's the area he wants him to bowl, because the field, as I said, is more of an offside field, and once you start to strip it down the middle area, and this one is cut to short third man. And once you start to stray down that middle to leg area with you being spin, you're begging for that ball to be hit with just only 3 fielders on the outside.
Yeah, definitely. But I like the fact that Fredericks was bowling slowly. He was giving the ball time to turn. But what was wrong with that over was that he didn't get the correct lines and length. You know, it's important. Yes, you want to bowl slowly. Yes, you want to give the ball a bit of time to turn to possibly effect a wicket, LBW or bowl down. But the lines and lengths, they have to be spot on, especially in this form of game T10 where the batsmen, more often than not, go for hell or broke.
Well, we see Nigel Small comes into the attack. Small, he that one down the ground. Goes through for 1, just for 1, and so Ray Jordan is held back for a latter part of the innings with 1 over remaining for him. Small, somewhat slowing up the delivery. So I guess on this track, which is very fast, the pitch report was somewhat of a grassy. As this time, Theophil goes straight hanging hard, and he deposits that one into the roof of the administrative center, just chucking the waters there, and that's a super 6 to Theophil.
Yeah, that was a beautiful shot by Theophil. It was floated right in his half there, and Theophil obliged, as he should have, and he did it extremely well. He kept his form. He did not try to overhit it at all. Beautiful shot by Theophil.
Well, Small will have to do some answering. This one he pushes back. And Rommel, the 4 Charlotte strikers, they seem to have a trend that they lose a first game in the start, and in the back end they kind of create some questions with their winning, as this one is played onto the leg side. 4 more runs as a national lottery 3, the boundary wideish of in front of square. We will say that shot sloppy bowling from Small.
Yep. In the power play, you really have to get things right earlier on, because if batting team gets too much of a good start, you can find yourself at the back and always playing catch up. So it's important that whoever was in power play.
This time again, he heaved that one high and hard over the mid-wicket boundary and deposit another super 6. We're really seeing an exciting game here of cricket as the umpire confirms that 6. Theophil really taking a toll into Small. Is he trying to discredit his confidence?
Well, Small really has to try to do something different there. That was a better line and length, I thought. A bit flatter trajectory, sorry. Not allowing him to get so much on the front foot to dispatch him over the boundary. So you really have to be smart whenever you're bowling in the power play, because as I said before, what happens in the power play more often than not determines what kind of score the batting team ends up with. All right, so the best bowlers, in my opinion, ought to be bowling in the power play. Not saying that Small is not a good bowler, because he has done the job reasonably well for the 4 Charlotte strikers, but consistency is the key. Yeah, you have to aim for those dot balls, because the batsmen, they are always going to come at you. They want to score. They're going to create chances. So it's up to you now to just try to bowl as much dot balls as possible. This is not a test match. This is a 10-10. All right, so the more dot balls you bowl, the more likely your chances are of getting wickets. So that is what the bowlers are to aim for. Aim for those dot deliveries. Let the batsmen manufacture shots.
I'm very much surprised that will continue the spin, but this time Ned goes high and hard and loft that one almost into our area here, and that goes to another super six. Our boy Ned is taking a tool into Frederick, and it's raining sixes here. It's just we are into over number 4, and our boy 45 without loss.
I get a feeling the 4 Charlotte strikers, they're not enthusiastic or as enthusiastic as they ought to be. They're still playing for 5th place position. This is a game of cricket, so they often, they ought to always put 100%. Frederick throughout the tournament, he bowled well, but this game it gives me the impression that he's not feeling it as much. You know, he's experimenting too much because, like I said, throughout the tournament he bowled well, so he ought to continue with what he was doing. You know, not just come and just float it up there. He has to use a bit of guile, use a bit of...
This one is whipped away, out to the boundary, 1 bounce for 4. Ned moves on to 27 from 11 deliveries. A national lottery 3 the boundary again. As you rightly alluded, the modus operandi of the Charlotte strikers is like they just here.
Yeah, it's incumbent upon the captain now to have a word with Frederick. Say, hey, let's try something else. Why not bowl to an offside field? Bowl around the wicket, slant the course, do something else.
This time again, Ned goes high and hard over the mid-wicket region. 6 out to Ned, another super 6. 55 without loss. We're into over number 4. Well, it's exciting here for cricket. It's nothing to lose. Let's go with it.
It's raining boundaries. It's raining 6s. There's a massacre happening here at Annisfield, really.
Somewhat surprised that he did not really bring some medium pace on the track. Well, this time he heaved it over the long on boundary. That's another super 6. Boy, Rashid Frederick that is been taking a toll here, and boy, isn't Ned taking a toll into him. 39 from 13 deliveries. We've seen 61 with a loss. Well, what a start. This time he goes again high and hard over the mid-wicket region. The result remains the same. It's another 6. It is compelling cricket you're watching. It's 6 runs here from Ned. Ned moves on to 45.
Well, just a correction. The umpire, if I'm not mistaken, has just signaled dead ball. I don't know the reason for signaling dead ball, but the umpire has signaled dead ball. I think Ned not be happy about that, certainly after hitting that lovely shot.
Oh.
But Fredericks has a chance to make amends.
Well, make amends. Well, he will make up for it. Just to see results. He will make up for it. This time, it is a conformative 6 and 6 runs down the ground. Well, this time he really moves on to 45.
Well, this has to be the best power play we have seen so far in the tournament. 67 without loss, still 1 ball to go in the power play. A run rate of 17.4. It is massacre, man.
As a captain, Romel, you've been a captain yourself. What ploy do you think? This time struck down the ground. A rarity of a dot ball is something that we'll welcome. This is what you call a diamond delivery at this point. End of the power play, we are 67 without loss. Theophil on the quiet end is 20 from 10 deliveries, and Ned is 45 from 15. Boy, that current run rate is some 16.75. We're going just over a 17. We're looking at a 17. We'll settle for a 16.75. Fredericks is being treated roughly there by Ned. From his 2 overs, 44.
Yeah, the 4 Charlotte strikers, they need somebody to motivate them, and that's the job of the captain, Gideon Pope. It seems as though he's just going through the motions, but you really have to put your best foot forward every time you step onto the cricket field. The score is 60, lost 54.
As this one, Lavia comes into the attack, and rightly expected, Theophil pushes that one into the somewhat in front of point, and they run through for one. Brings back Ned into the strike. He's on 45 from 15. Wise delivery confirmed there by umpire Byam. Wide pushes the total to 69. 69 without loss. Captain has to be proud of this start, confident start.
Yeah, a beautiful start there for the Grenadine Divers, pushed primarily by Ned.
What a shot! We find on the cover boundary. They come back for two on the misfield. So it appears as the body language of the four Charlotte strikers is not into the game as yet. At what point do you think they can get into the game?
Well, it has to be led by the captain. You know, the captain really has to be the motivating factor in any cricket game.
And wide down the left side by Lavier, confirmed there by umpire Byam. And we see that the only person that's really doing some motivatory speech there is Rickford Walker. He's a shot, well, somewhat of a silly mid-off area. Mid-on, sorry. This time it goes down the ground. Rain number we will call in his score sheet a 1, a single. Yeah. They were glad to see Ned off the strike.
Yeah, but when you look at Ned, he scored 48 of 17. It kind of makes you feel look like he's going like a slouch, but he hasn't been doing too bad either. He has 21 of 11, almost going at a strike rate of 200. Just mean that Ned has been so dominant with the batting, especially when he faced Fredericks, who I thought really wasn't putting in enough impetus in his bowling. He wasn't showing the enthusiasm that he had showed throughout the tournament.
Oh, this time Theophil wants to go straight, misses that one. There have been a lot of viewers around the world who've been tuned into this VPL T10 cricket competition, Dream 11, Romel. A lot of people are excited about the game, and a friend of mine in the Bahamas said they woke up in the morning looking forward for cricket. Say good morning to our friends down there in Bahamas.
Well, it is very welcoming given the fact that COVID-19 has been around and it has hampered a number of activities, especially sporting activities. So people are eager to have a look at cricket, any sort of cricket. T10 cricket, of course, being probably one of the newer versions that we've seen. So yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting, especially with what has transpired throughout the world. I'm happy to be here, actually.
Well, Ned pulls this one. It could be taken. Well, he's dropping shot of the man at mid-wicket as Rashid. He could not have reached there on that delivery. So it's end of the over, end of the fifth over. Somewhat of a quiet one, we will say, in retrospect to the power play. 75 without loss. The current run rate is 15. Ned on 49. Theophil 22 from 13.
Well, if they continue going like this, and I don't see any reason why they should try to slow down, we might just see a record. I think the high score in the tournament thus far has been 140 odd or something like that. They are going at 15. If they continue, like I said, they would get up to 150. But they do have 10 wickets in hand. Ned is in blistering form. Theophile not doing too bad either when you look at the numbers there. So yeah, it augurs good for the Grenadine Divers going forward. In hot, they have Captain Asif Hoop, and we all know that he can really give it a whack. So it'll be interesting to see how the Fort Charlotte Strikers slow things down here.
Okay. Stoke into the attack. Was run out, extracting a run out there. And well, when we look at that, brings up the 50 there for Ned. 50 comes up there for Ned from just 19 balls. Very well played there by Ned. When we look at Ned, the 50 is welcome. It's not too late. It is a welcome 50, but I am somewhat surprised that Ned knows his reputation. We also in St. Vincent here do know the reputation for Ned, but he have not been treated in terms of finding a solid position to bat where he's comfortable, because at times he comes in when there are some low totals and he's playing his wrong game. White signal by umpire.
Well, fair point, but it was kind of difficult, yes, because in the very first edition of the tournament, I remember Grenadine Divers, their captain Asif Hooper did extraordinarily well as an opener, so it was
well, Tiffany back home safe.
So yeah, it was difficult for the Grenadine Divers because you can't just look at the opening positions. You have to also consider the middle order, because so often when teams lose the top order, the middle order struggles. So you really have to have a balancing kind of thing going there. And I guess that is why Asif Hooper and Ian Allen chose to have Ned bat a bit lower down the order in the middle parts. Try to buttress the middle order, if you will. But I guess that didn't work too well for them.
Well, to ask umpire Butler questions, umpire Butler have no interest in that, as this can put you for a leg by. Brings the total now to 80 without loss. Ned 50, Theophile 24. High commendation coming in for a lot of good cricket that has been played here. See a lot of persons tweeting and using the social media platform for the video. This one is hugged away to the mid wicket region. What do you think should be the approach of the Grenadine Divers now? Setting a good base total. Should they continue with the momentum of going for the big shots, or just trying to secure until the back end, maybe the 7th, 8th over?
Well, we have 10 wickets in hand. After this delivery, they will have 24 deliveries in which to bat. In my opinion, they ought to just keep going and keep going as hard as possible. Remember I said before, they have Asif Hooper in the hut. They have one or two other batsmen who are quite capable of dispatching the balls to the boundaries. So keep going. The batsmen are in form. No reason for them to try to slow down now.
Theophile listens, deposit that one, a super 6, another super 6, a welcome super 6, and boy, oh boy, it's really raining sixes here in a hot condition, and it's 88 without loss, something we rarely see with team totals. 88 without loss. We're into over number 6. At the end of over number 6, Theophile on 30, Ned 51. The current run rate at 14.67.
They've slowed down a little bit when you consider what happened in the power play. The Pacers, in my estimation, have done pretty decent. With a few, he's a spinner. We saw what happened to Fredericks. So yeah, the Pacers have pulled back things quite a bit. So the four Charlotte strikers, they just have to keep believing, because one wicket can slow things down considerably, and one wicket begs another and another. So they really need to get wickets here. As if my memory serves me well for them thus far. So he should be believing in his ability to get wickets here.
Well, first delivery, shortish. That was in his last game. He picked up 3 wickets, and it's sort of restricted. Grendine divers, well, the Explorers it was against, picked up 3 wickets, and the 4 Charlotte strikers, they have a lot of bowlers in their artery. Would you have opted for Rashid to give him a second over? He's been cheated with that kind of in the first one. They still have Spence. This one tugged down. They have Stowe. Now with this Stowe bowl, sort of a quiet over from that 6 that he was pulled down. So when the opening bowler of Jordan started, he gave us a. Would you have opted first?
Well, from the first over, language was not right for a bowler to be bowling in the power play. So I really
this one pulled away. Get.
I was a bit surprised that